Good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining our webinar on how to succeed with WhatsApp business. And even good afternoon for you who are watching from the APAC region, because we have world viewers today. So, my name is Fleur, and I'll talk you through the webinar. I work as a customer success manager in the WhatsApp team at CM.com. And behind the chat is Saskia Beukeveld, who is the product manager at CM.com for WhatsApp. And at CM.com, we actually are a communication platform as a service, and we combine several messaging channels with voice and payments to enable companies to reach their customers on their mobile phones. So today we talk about WhatsApp, and actually, why not use WhatsApp? Because it is one of the largest chat apps in this world. With 1.5 billion users in more than 180 countries, almost everyone is familiar with the app of WhatsApp. And consumers are raising the bar. So why would you use WhatsApp for customer service and use it as a company? Well, actually, 89% of consumers want you to respond on their questions within 24 hours. And 80% of consumers are expect you to deliver extremely good service and find us just as crucial as buying your service or your goods. 52% of your consumers will actually switch brands when they do not have a good experience with your customer service. And using WhatsApp for your customer service actually boosts customer confidence. And 74% of consumers have repeatedly used WhatsApp to contact your company. All these numbers actually show you that using WhatsApp for customer service is such a good way to connect to your customers. You are where your customers are, because when they use WhatsApp already for their personal communication, they can actually use it now to talk to you in their own user-friendly app, which they use every day to talk to friends and family. And you can provide quicker and easier service because it's all in one chat. And you can do it when the customer is actually looking at that app. You can also build trust and loyalty, creating your profile as a company on WhatsApp with your logo, your opening hours, and your description. And this all adds up to a personalized customer experience. So you can actually use WhatsApp to grow revenue, reduce pressure on customer care, and minimize friction on the path to purchase. But more importantly, how do you do that? So WhatsApp offers 3 kinds of communication. So we start with one-on-one chats, which they call in the customer care window. These kind of chats are developed so a customer can initiate your conversation and talk to you as a company. So it's a lot service-minded. Every time a customer sends you a message, a customer care window opens. And that means you have 24 hours to respond to this customer's question. Each time the customer responds, a new 24 hours will start. So as you can see in our example, as a retailer, you can use this customer care window to actually not only support your customer, but maybe even sell something to your customer. So you can integrate this not only in your customer's journey, but also in the buyer's journey. So let's say I would like to buy a new phone and extend my subscription. You can actually sell my iPhone all in WhatsApp. And you can even send me the payment link to pay for that. And then I'm done. And then we can move on to the next. Because if you send me my phone and I've paid for my subscription, I will actually be a very satisfied customer, and I'll be helped all in my favorite chat app. So you can create a flow like this. Secondly, you can send notifications through WhatsApp. So you can use message templates to actually send a notification, which works a lot like SMS notifications. WhatsApp actually says that it needs to check what you're sending out to their customers to guarantee that your tone of voice is friendly and the service that you provide to your customers is on their expected enormous high level. So let's say you want to send me track and trace. You can use merge text to fill in the personalized message like my first name. So it will be in case for Saskia, Hi Saskia, thank you for your order at CM.com, and you can follow your order via the link below. So the first name will be a variable and the link will be a variable because each track and trace link are different. So another example is if you made a reservation at a restaurant and you want to remind your customer that he has this reservation for tonight. So you can send me, hi Fleur, you made a reservation at the CM Bistro at 12 p.m. And then I actually remind myself that I have made this reservation and I will be there on time, which will save you a lot of lost reservations or people that do not show up. You can actually use these notifications outside of the 24-hour window. So you can also use a notification if you want to remind a customer to reopen your conversation that you had before, which is quite an important feature. Then you can also integrate a chatbot, which is actually very important because if you want to reduce the pressure on your customer care team, you can automate a lot of messages. So if you automate your flow and you can do the first few questions already automated, then your customer care employee doesn't have to ask them. So as in the example on the right, you can see that if you want to recruit someone, you can already ask for their name, age, and geographical location. And if that's already done and you know which field they're in, you can already pre-select the vacancies that you have for them. Also, this will be integrated for multiple purposes. So depending on your company, you can use the chatbots to automate all these questions. So now, if you figured out what your use case is, then there will be more options which WhatsApp will release very soon. So now you have a message template that actually looks a lot like an SMS notification. But maybe you are already familiar with the KLM case. KLM uses rich content templates, which shows you actually your boarding pass when you are going to your flight. Very soon this will be available for all. So you can actually use a picture or a video or a PDF file as a message template. So you can send people their bills or their tickets. You can figure out multiple use cases for this, and you can do very cool things, which will actually exceed the purpose of SMS. Also, in some countries, this is already available, like the United Emirates or South Africa. You have click-through WhatsApp apps. So if you use an ad on Facebook or Instagram, you can actually add a button to that, which will give you the opportunity to click through your WhatsApp channel, and you can actually serve your customers there. So if I spot my favorite jeans on Facebook in your ad, I can click on the button and actually talk to your employees on WhatsApp, and you can sell me these jeans. So now the most important question, how can you get started? Well, first you need to figure out your use case. Where are you going to use WhatsApp for? And if you know what to use it for, you can actually start with requesting a WhatsApp account on CM.com. You can register and fill in the form. So now I'm very curious what your questions are, so we can help you out figuring out what your use case is and if we can help you through these questions. So let's talk to Saskia and see what came up.
One of the most important questions actually is someone who was entering the conversation a little bit later. So if they can find it back all the information.
Sorry.
If they can find back all the information and where.
Yes, of course. So actually this webinar is recorded and we will send you an email afterwards so you can watch this all again and be inspired by all the examples actually given in this conversation.
Very good. Clear. Yes, thank you. And then Fleur, another question is if you don't have the 24/7 care, if you don't have employees working in the weekends, what do you do?
So we actually have multiple web shops that don't offer care on Saturdays and Sundays, and they actually use the template message also as an out of office. So first stating that you don't deliver this care after Fridays 5 p.m. And then on Monday, we can actually send out a message template stating that you can contact us and that we can help you now with the support you requested during the weekend. Another option is to actually send your customers a message stating that they can contact you again on Monday. but it might not be as customer friendly.
That is very clear. Thank you, Fleur. And then you have explained to us about template messages. Okay, do you have examples of template messages?
We actually do. We have a lot of examples, and you can also look those up in our help center, as we created a document stating for each category WhatsApp creates examples that our customers actually use, from shipping updates to reservation updates, to account updates you can send through the WhatsApp message templates. We also have very nice use cases using these templates. For example, we have a festival which used it for program updates, sending each hour or so you the next upcoming artists or conversations they could go to and the location of these, which was very cool because that was actually the first customer using it like that. So as a one-time use case.
Okay, very nice. For me, all of these things are very clear. But people are actually wondering if there's going to be a huge amount of incoming questions, if there are assistants that can help them, for instance, a bot.
So I guess what we want to promote is that you start small but scale big. So if you start actually not promoting WhatsApp everywhere as your channel, you can actually learn from the questions asked. And if you have a good knowledge of what the most frequently asked questions are, then you can actually add that to your bot as well to relieve your customer care department.
And are there companies that you have a working relationship with?
Yes, we actually work with a lot of partners. And if you would like to have a chatbot for your WhatsApp conversation, we can actually refer you to our partner page, which will lead you through several chatbot offers that we partner up with. They already integrated our system, so the only thing you have to do is sign a contract with us for WhatsApp, and then they will help you building your chatbot, and they have a lot of experience with that.
Very good. Nice that you mentioned also about all the partners that we work with, because they are very important, of course. And now we have a question from someone who wants to know about the encryption of WhatsApp. So does Facebook read the content of the messages, yes or no?
So there are actually two sides to this answer. Of course, messages sent through WhatsApp are always end-to-end encrypted. So actually WhatsApp will not read your messages. But as a company, when you register a template, you have to be approved by WhatsApp. So they want to make sure you send customer-friendly messages in the right tone of voice without spelling errors. And they have a whole list of criteria that they have to meet. And those templates will be first reviewed, and then you can send them out without any troubles. But the conversation afterwards and after the approval is always encrypted, and they will not read your messages.
That is, I think, a very important message to bring across to everyone who wants to use WhatsApp.
Yeah, for sure.
And now there is a feature that we all have in WhatsApp privately. So when you want to have a spoken message, you can exchange those. Is it possible to do that via the business solution as well?
So you cannot call through the WhatsApp business solution, which is actually a really good question. But you are able to send voice messages as a recorded message, yes. So as long as the file doesn't exceed a certain amount of megabytes,
100.
it will be no problem. But calls are not possible. Video calls neither.
That's very clear. I think our support desks will appreciate that.
Yes.
I'm going through the questions. So let me see. Now there's a question about prices. Do you have any information on how it's being priced? Where can people find all that information?
So I think it's most easy to go through to CM.com, have a look at our WhatsApp product page, and you can actually see what the pricing is right there. But in general, I think in short, we ask for a subscription fee, which starts at 99 euros a month. And then depending on how many messages you're sending, the customer care window is mostly free, and templated messages always cost you a certain amount of euro cents, depending on the country where you're sending from. Also, this price list, because WhatsApp charges for this, is available on our website. So it has a lot of variables. But if you'd like to know more, we can also be in touch with you. And you can send an email to conversational@cm.com so we can actually talk to you, have a conversation about what we offer and what the right pricing is for you.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Fleur. We also have developers in our webinar today, and they would like to know where they can find the API documentation to see all the features that are supported.
All right. Well, this is actually, so we offer a really good onboarding guide for the API. You can find it in our help center. You go to our help.cmtelecom.com and you go to the WhatsApp section. And it's actually the first article you will find is on how to implement our business messaging API, which has WhatsApp as a part of it. And there you can find actually everything you will need to implement it.
Yeah, interesting. Good. Glad we have everything documented and all available for everyone online. And Fleur, a lot of companies are using emails and phones these days, and now they're adding WhatsApp as a communication channel. But if they already have phone numbers, can they start using WhatsApp to reach out to those customers? Or do they need to do something with an opt-in or have to change the policies?
Very good question. So the WhatsApp Business Solution offers you to use any mobile phone number that wasn't registered for using this official business solution before. But you can also use fixed phone numbers as your support line, which makes it actually more convenient because if they call, they will end up at your support. But if they WhatsApp the number, they will also end up at your support team. So this is very convenient. You can also register toll-free numbers, but you gotta add to that maybe if you have an IVR, the verification of the number might be a bit difficult. And the difficulties we can explain further if you are considering these kind of numbers. I guess, yeah, that's it.
Okay, very good. There are more questions coming into the chat, but what I suggest we do is we pick another two.
Okay.
And we know who has reached out to us, so we will communicate to all of those individual questions
Sure.
within those chats. So here's someone who would really like to start, and they understand everything that you have explained about using templates when you want to send a message outside of the 24-hour window or when you want to initiate a conversation. But if you want to get started, how long does it take to review such a template? Because if I want to send and create a template now, can I use it in the afternoon?
No. I'm afraid that WhatsApp states that they will take 1 business week to evaluate these templates. So what I suggest is that when you start with us, you can actually already create your templates and we can already send it to review. So as soon as you signed your contract, we will do the work for you and you will be able to be up and running within a week. So that's actually very fast and you can consider sending in those templates as soon as possible.
Really cool, really cool. And then if I have created such a template and it's suitable for multiple users, so it's a generic question, for instance, about a survey. You want to see if they're satisfied with the service that you offer or if they want to review a certain product. Can I use the same template and how do I send it to many people?
So actually sending bulk surveys goes through our API and you can just select a list. You do need an opt-in to send these kind of templates from your customers because it's not necessarily very customer friendly to just send them a WhatsApp message or test if they have WhatsApp. The link can be done as a variable, so you can actually refer each customer to a unique link if you like, so you know exactly which customer replies to your survey. And this is actually not that difficult. Also, very soon we offer in our platform the option to do this with a campaign tool, which is very customer friendly. And you can just create this message with your variables. And if your template got approved by WhatsApp, it will show up in your campaign tooling. And you can upload an Excel file with all the customers you want to send this message.
Wow. So keep working on more features and expanding.
For sure. We are developing a lot of features, so it will be user-friendly, not only for the developers, but also for people who would like to actually see what they're doing. And we create the tooling for that as well.
Thanks a lot, Fleur. So while questions keep coming, like I already mentioned, we will answer, of course, all those individual questions in the chats. Yeah.
All right. So we will get back to you. If your question did not get answered yet, we will do that as soon as possible. I'll actually join the chat and then we'll help you out as much as I can. We will also send a recording of this video to you by the end of the week. And if you'd like to share that, that's also very awesome. And maybe I'll see you next month, because then we'll talk about very cool retail ideas around the holidays using WhatsApp. So stay tuned and I'll see you soon. Have a good day.